Welcome back to the next level at PAX East 2014. My name is Chase Strait. I'm a player experience manager at Ubisoft San Francisco, and I've recently had the great honor of working with this man here. Do you care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is James Green. I'm the creative director of Carbon Games, and we're here to show AirMech.
Yeah, so for those of you who know, AirMech has been out for a little while now, and we've been working with these guys to bring it to Xbox 360. It's something that we're really excited about. Now, for people who don't necessarily know what AirMech is, do you want to tell us a little bit about the game?
Yeah, AirMech is an action RTS. It's been a passion of mine to bring this to players for a long time. We say RTS on one side, but it's really just a mishmash of genres. Some people play it like a tower defense game. Some people play it like a shooter. MOBAs have given us like new light and or like a fresh look at things. Like, hey, this is actually more like a MOBA than what I'm used to.
Yeah,
sure. You just play it like that if you want. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. It's pretty unique, I think. But
well, yeah, I mean, it must feel pretty good to like work on a game that people have a hard time describing exactly what it is. You know?
That's the ironic thing, is it's actually a recreation of a game I loved years ago called Herzog Zwei, which I have to say, because if I don't, then people are like, man, they just ripped off Herzog Zwei. It's like, no,
Why didn't you give a shout out?
Yeah, well, I made this game because nobody else made it. Like, people needed to experience this. Like, it's been a solved problem how to play an RTS with a controller for 20 years now, and everybody somehow forgot. So while we started on the PC, and we're in open beta, AirMech on the PC, we really wanted to bring it to the console for a long time, and Ubisoft was the right company to do that, because we wanted it free to play, same as we do on the PC, and Ubisoft was the company that believed in us and wanted to help make it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, it's an absolute pleasure working with you guys. Why was now the right time to take this and bring it to Xbox 360?
I would say it's the perfect time because there's such a massive install base of 360. Like, yeah, everybody's like, well, what about Xbox One and such? It's like, well, sorry, the players are there. I have a chance for all these people to experience the game, and we'll talk about everything else later.
Yeah,
But right now, the Xbox 360 is the hot market. That's where everybody is, and so we're excited to bring it to those players and let them play this one true gamepad RTS.
Yeah, well, and the game was originally, you said, like almost designed to be played with the gamepad, right?
Not even almost. Like, it literally was. Like, when we started the game, we had to add mouse and keyboard controls to it after. And some players, like, they swear by it and they love it. But personally, on my desk sits a 360 controller, and it has since 3 years ago when we started, like, sketching together this game.
Super cool.
We really just love the feel of it. It feels great to play with the controller, and I want to put that game in people's hands.
Yeah, and we're actually playing with some pretty sweet Scuff gaming controllers here for
I love the
precision
feel
killing
of these things. I pick them up and I'm like, it just feels premium. Like,
feels super good.
I love it.
Well, and we're going to have Duncan from Scuff here tomorrow talking more. But you've seen a little gameplay footage. We've heard about the game. How about we jump in a little co-op 2v2 and show everyone what the game is about?
Sure, sounds good.
All right, so we are going to hop into the game that we're playing right here. What mech are you playing as?
I'm playing as the Angel. So I'm going to go right ahead and upgrade my sniper rifle, which is one of the most awesome abilities in the game, and also queue up a few units. Oh, we're playing with the starter loadout here, which is still good. I mean, I could beat you any day with the starter loadout.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It's funny because we ended up going free to play, but it just was a natural fit for the game, because I liked games from my childhood where you're unlocking things as you progress through the game. Like, it was a very natural feel. So when the whole opportunity of free to play came along, we're like, yeah, this makes perfect sense, because I want people to play the game. It's not like in there's sort of getting away from doing demos and stuff. I don't know why. Like, it used to be you could always play a demo for free, and now it's going the other way where maybe you have to pay to play a beta, which makes no sense to me. So free to play is like the opposite of that, I think. If you do free to play right, I'm not talking about bad free to play. We won't get into that. This is totally honest. I love the game so much, and I want you to play it. So that's why we're free to play.
Yeah, well, and we're trying to make this a highly competitive title, something that people to get together and compete at the highest level. So you have to do free to play right. When you're putting together something like that.
Well, we've seen that from Dota 2, from League of Legends. Like, it's just you need to have the player base of people coming in and trying the game, and so you want to do it for free. It's sort of a radical new model for the hardcore. I mean, other industries have seen, it's doing really well in casual and mobile.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a challenge to sell it to the hardcore, and we think that we're doing our part by offering a totally free and fair experience. I mean, you can even buy a major chunk of the game. It's like, no, I totally don't want that. I want to buy the game. Yeah, you can do that too. Like, I don't know. We work with Ubisoft and have taken advice from them on things, but up to this point where we got the game was much more like just us feeling our way through it as real gamers. Like, we don't like evil free-to-play, so we just design it like from the hip, like how we want to do it. And you know, our players and the community is really passionate and loves us for it. And that's when, you know, I sleep well at night. Like, I don't feel like I take anybody's money. Like, even when I worked on traditional titles, like, you feel awkward when somebody pays for your game and then they're not happy with it. Like, they sunk, like, you know, it could be $60 or $20, depends what the game was, but still they're giving you that money up front, and they might not like the game. Here, anybody who spends money is because they genuinely like us and enjoy the game. And that feels great as a developer, and you know, Ubisoft understood that. A lot of, you know, people we talked to about bringing the game to consoles, they're like, they didn't get it, so it actually feels really good to have a team like you guys, you know, working with us on it.
Well, that's good to hear. We're excited to work with you on it. For those of you who are watching the game right now, as we're throwing down, you'll see the mini map in the lower left corner, and you'll see you know, a bunch of different spots on there. There are 2 bases, and the objective of this gameplay mode is we're trying to take over as much of the map as possible as we can and get down to the enemy base and destroy it. Along the way, there will be different outposts that we can take over. Taking over these outposts will give us more money to build more units and allow us to put more units on the map. But the gameplay is pretty singular around the mech. So you are just controlling the mech, but you can build all these different units. You can pick them up, fly them around, drop them down. But then you can also battle the mechs one-on-one, you know, as your guy. What kind of strategies do you put in place when you're playing the game?
Well, honestly, myself, I play more of a support class. Like, I like to, you know, choose somebody who's got some healing or crowd control abilities, and then I'll, you know, amass units and move them forward and take over the map. I generally gravitate towards support classes in different games that I play.
Yeah,
we have something for everybody here. Like, we have the stealthing type class, we have the DPS type class, the
Warthog that I'm playing.
Warthog. It's
got
funny,
the Gatling gun.
I got tired of answering questions, which is the best AirMech? And like, well, technically they're all balanced. Like, no, I just say Warthog now. It's like,
just Warthog.
Warthog, yeah, because people that ask that, they want to know which one does the most damage, and that would be the Warthog.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, as a support player, let's just say, you know, that's one of the more rare classes that people are playing, so it's always good to have a support on your side, so.
Yeah, I find, and that's the thing I like about Dota-style games, too. Like, it's really that teamwork aspect of it, and when those games were rising in popularity, we've liberally stolen a lot of stuff from that, and you put it into AirMech. Because if you look at, like, you know, the original Herzog's Y, which I know a lot of people are going to say, that's Herzog's Y. You take that and you mash it up with Dota sensibilities, and then you throw on, like, you know, free-to-play and unlocking all these things in different modes. Like, we even have a tower defense style mode where you can practice your skills just, like, defending against the one thing. Because people are like, oh, that's too hardcore for me, I don't want to play PvP. It's like, well, no problem. You know, you can play co-op. Like we're playing right now, we're just beating up against the AI.
Yeah.
No problem, it's relaxed. Like, I can play this okay. If I'm playing PvP against you, I would be totally stressed out and I wouldn't even be able to talk.
Well, the game gets extremely competitive, doesn't it? You know, among the top players.
Oh, extreme! Like our top competitive players they terrify me. They're so good because they can basically play the RTS side of the game in their head as well as dogfight like mad. And so I can sort of do one or the other if I max out, like, my concentration, but they're just so good. It's like any game, you know, you can never really hope to beat the best players in it. Like, it's a sad truth of being a game developer.
But it's always good to see those guys, though, because then I'm sure that they teach you a lot of things about the game that, you know, you didn't necessarily see at first either.
Oh, we watch them constantly. That was our first use of having the spectator stuff in it.
Well, this is great. You know, I think this is probably about all the time that we have to take a look at the game. But, you know, I hope you guys watching out there got a pretty good sense of what it's all about. The RTS MOBA action-packed hybrid. We're going to be back every day for the rest of the week here at 12:15 on the Next Level channel. But if you want to get this sweet exclusive PAX East code, you can check out the Next Level chat. You'll get a pet and the sweet AirMech skin there. We're going to be giving those out all week, so we're excited to show you a lot more about the game. James, thanks for being here, and we'll catch you guys again soon.